I was playing trucks with my 7-year-old son, Ethan, when he suddenly looked up and asked, "Daddy, why does Mommy always go to Uncle Tom's house when you're at work?" My blood froze, like I'd swallowed ice water. For months I'd ignored the warning signs, her late nights, secretive texts, and growing distance. I thought it was just a rough patch. But Ethan's innocent words shattered that illusion. I'm Mark, 38, a project manager who thought he had life nailed down. My wife Sarah and I met 10 years ago at a friend's barbecue, where I was torching burgers and she was stealing the spotlight with her wit and smile. She was a marketing assistant who made dull ads sparkle. I was the guy making sure buildings didn't collapse. Our banter clicked instantly, flames meeting gasoline. We married 2 years later in a small chapel. She stunned in a dress that floored me, while I fumbled vows like a nervous rookie. Life quickly fell into rhythm. I climbed the corporate ladder, she freelanced from our suburban cul-de-sac where neighbors waved and kids zipped by on bikes. Then came Ethan, a whirlwind with my hazel eyes and her stubborn streak. Fatherhood became my greatest project. Sarah seemed the glue at first, balancing motherhood and work with ease. "We're a team," she'd say, kissing my forehead after Ethan's tantrums. Our Instagram was a highlight reel of picnics, holiday lights, and captions like "living the dream." And I bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Little did I know, behind the hashtags, termites were eating at our foundation. Work soon swallowed me. Late nights, endless deadlines, weekend site visits. Sarah's patience thinned. "You're always gone, Mark. I'm raising Ethan alone." I promised to cut back, but the projects kept coming. "I'm building our future," I said. She snapped back, "Building or bulldozing us?" What once was playful wordplay turned sharp. I dismissed it as a slump, blind to the rot. Then Sarah changed. She joined spin classes, traded mom jeans for sleek athleisure, and her phone became her lifeline. Buzzing at 2 a.m., tilted screens, whispered, "Just work." I joked, "What? Planning a Super Bowl ad?" She laughed, but the sound was hollow, like a door closing. She was slipping away and I was too busy drafting blueprints to notice. That's when Tom entered the frame. Our neighbor across the street, mid-30s, single, landscaping business, and a grin that looked like it came with a warning label. He'd fix sprinklers, chat about lawns, hand Ethan a toy shovel. Ethan dubbed him Uncle Tom. I thought nothing of it, but soon Ethan's innocent chatter became alarm bells I refused to hear. "Uncle Tom helped Mommy move furniture," Ethan chirped one day. Furniture? Our couch hadn't shifted in years. I asked Sarah about it and she shrugged, just being neighborly. Helpful, like a fox in a henhouse. I brushed it off, chalking it up to paranoia. But the seeds were planted. My son's words were starting to water them. Over dinner, Ethan blurted, "Mommy went to Uncle Tom's today." Sarah smoothly steered the conversation. "How was work, hon?" Her smile was polished, her timing perfect. Meanwhile, her phone became Fort Knox. New passwords, quick swipes, tighter grip. "Hiding state secrets?" I teased. She winked, but her eyes gave nothing. My doubts grew, buzzing louder than her midnight texts. Then came the moment that tipped everything. One Saturday, Ethan and I sprawled on the floor with toy trucks. He frowned and asked, "Daddy, why does Mommy always go to Uncle Tom's house when you're at work? They laugh and close the door." My gut twisted into knots. "What else, buddy?" I asked carefully. He shrugged. "She says it's grown-up stuff." The words rang like a bad joke. That night, Sarah left her phone unlocked on the counter while showering. My hands shook as I scrolled. A message from T. "Missed you today? Tomorrow?" A winking emoji. My vision blurred. Tomorrow? She'd told me she had a client meeting. My world tilted. I didn't confront her then. I tucked Ethan in, plastering on a smile, while my chest burned with betrayal. From then on, I became a reluctant detective. Guilt gnawed, but suspicion demanded answers. I checked her calendar, suspiciously blank on supposed meeting days. Her spin classes? Perfectly aligned with Tom's free afternoons. Ethan's words haunted me. They laugh and close the door. I started coming home early, quietly testing the pattern. And the pattern screamed louder every day. One afternoon, I pulled into the driveway early. Tom's truck sat outside, engine still warm. Sarah was napping, cheeks flushed, hair mussed. "Rough day," she muttered. "Rough day or rough play?" My mind spun bitter puns just to cope. The cracks weren't just visible anymore, they were gaping chasms, and my marriage was one tremor away from collapse. I caved and installed a tracking app on her phone. Shady? Maybe. Necessary? Absolutely. Her errands lit up Tom's address like a neon sign. Emails followed. Playful, flirty, shameless. Your smile's my escape. Escape from what? Our life? Our son? The humor turned darker. If she was escaping, at least she picked someone with a decent truck. Fuel-efficient betrayal. Ethan kept feeding me breadcrumbs without knowing it. "Uncle Tom gave Mommy a flower," he said proudly, holding a daisy. Mommy hugged him. That one word, hugged, cut sharper than a knife. I cataloged it all. Late nights, suspicious errands, stronger perfume, lipstick I didn't recognize. Each clue a brick in the wall of lies she was building right in front of me. I confided in my best friend Dave over beers. "Feels like I'm living in a soap opera," I admitted. He smirked. "Write your own ending, man." But I wasn't ready for endings. I wanted justice. I wanted truth. Sarah wasn't evil, just selfish enough to torch what we had. My son's words had pulled the first thread, and now the whole fabric was unraveling. The final straw came when I intercepted her texts again, this time about a weekend getaway. "Our secret adventure," she called it. A secret funded by our savings. Betrayal wasn't just emotional now. It was financial theft. My rage simmered, but I played it cool. The architect in me knew. Demolition requires patience, and soon it would all come crashing down. I gathered everything. Texts, emails, location logs, even Ethan's innocent drawings of Mommy and Uncle Tom playing. My house became an evidence lab, screenshots stacked like blueprints for destruction. I consulted a lawyer discreetly. Divorce papers drafted, custody prioritized. Financials? I froze joint accounts under the guise of identity theft. Sarah complained about her card failing. I shrugged. Bank glitch. But evidence alone wasn't enough. I wanted a stage, a spotlight where the truth couldn't hide. Ethan's school had family day coming up. A perfect setting. But I aimed bigger. Exposure needed weight, permanence. A quiet divorce would leave her reputation intact. No, I wanted her lies to collapse in public. Every architect knows, if you demolish, make sure everyone hears the blast. Her behavior grew bolder, like she thought I was blind. "Working late," she'd say, while my phone tracker showed her at Tom's. One night, she slipped in at midnight, hair damp, perfume sharp. "Spin class ran long," she said. Spin class? At midnight? I nodded, masking rage with a smile. Inside, I was already sketching the blueprint of revenge. The breaking point came when I left my laptop accidentally open, tabs filled with evidence. She found it and stormed in. "You're spying on me?" she shrieked. I stood calm. "You're lying to me!" Her defenses cracked. Tears, shouts, excuses. Then came the confession. Months of affair, born from loneliness. "Tom understands me," she cried. Understands. He understood one thing, other people's wives. The next morning I filed the papers. Infidelity cited, airtight evidence attached. The lawyer smiled grimly. "Custody?" I lined up Ethan's therapist, who documented the emotional toll. My wife's affair wasn't just betrayal, it was neglect. Courts don't favor parents who lock their kid outside love's door while sneaking into someone else's bed. I was done being blindsided. Then came the financial blow. Thanks to our prenup, Sarah's freelance income was a puddle compared to my salary. She wouldn't touch my assets. Meanwhile, I made sure our savings were untangled from her secret adventures. Money, like concrete, is about control. She'd find herself broke, exposed, and cornered, exactly where she'd cornered me emotionally. But Tom wasn't escaping clean either. His landscaping business thrived on reputation. Anonymous reviews began popping up. Unprofessional, can't keep boundaries, destroys families along with gardens. I didn't need lies, just the truth framed sharply. His bookings dried up, his pickup Once a symbol of rugged charm sat idle more than it drove, from planting seeds to harvesting weeds. The barbecue was my masterpiece. Sarah's idea, ironically. Closure, she called it. I invited relatives, friends, even Tom. She thought it would prove we were still a family. Instead, I built a slideshow. It started warm, wedding photos, Ethan's first steps, happy vacations. Then, without warning, the slides shifted. Texts, emails, photos of Tom sneaking in, even Sarah's confession audio. Gasps rippled like shock waves. My in-laws froze, jaws dropped, friends whispered, eyes wide. Sarah shrieked, "What is this?" I looked her dead in the eye. "Truth. You built lies. I'm demolishing them." Tom bolted, face red, dignity left behind. Sarah crumbled, begging me to stop, but the slideshow rolled on, every pixel another nail in her coffin. After that night, everything unraveled fast. Sarah's parents cut ties temporarily, friends ghosted her, and Tom's business tanked harder than a cheap stock. The woman who once called me her foundation was left with rubble. She begged for reconciliation, tears staining her face. I stayed stone. "You escaped. Now stay gone." Forgiveness wasn't on the blueprint. Karma handled the rest. Her new apartment flooded from bad plumbing, ironically fixed by Tom. Insurance didn't cover it, leaving her scrambling. She bounced between temp gigs, while Ethan and I built stability brick by brick. Therapy helped him untangle the mess. Trucks and bedtime stories returned, no longer overshadowed by whispers of grown-up stuff. As for me, I thrived. Work became a refuge, not a prison. Ethan's laughter filled the house again. We moved into a new place. Bright, open, free of shadows. I wasn't naive anymore. Betrayal had burned me, but fire also forges steel. I wasn't just surviving. I was rebuilding with stronger foundations, smarter designs, and walls that no lie could breach. People asked if I regretted it. Airing everything, torching bridges. My answer? Regret is for those who still hope. I dealt in reality. Sarah gambled with our family and lost. Tom played handyman and ended up with wreckage. Ethan got the truth, unvarnished but freeing. And me? I got clarity. Sometimes demolition is the only way to build again. So here's the lesson. If betrayal's a wrecking ball, revenge is the rebuild. Don't swing blindly. Plan it. Measure it. Make it precise. Because when the dust settles, you want to be the architect standing tall, not the fool buried in rubble. And me? I'll never look at toy trucks the same again. They don't just build, they bulldoze. Just like I did.